All right, guys, welcome back. So, I have been out here for a very long time with the Smith & Wesson 629 44 Magnum, and I came out here with all the intentions of doing these groups at 25 yards. And actually, I've recorded a whole bunch of this, but it's actually so painful and embarrassing that I'm probably not even going to show it. Okay, so let's just talk about it though. Oh, like I said, I'm out here at 25 yards. As you can see, all this bent brass is all that I've been shooting here at these targets at 25 yards. And I've been using this little Caldwell rest thing that I bought for pistols or rifles. You know, I bought it so I could get my AR pistol sighted in properly. And I was like, well, I'll just use it to support my hand while I'm trying to do this shooting. And as you can see, I shot those first. Actually, let me kill that GoPro so it doesn't keep running. But I had my hands rested on here pretty steady, and it didn't look like I hit any of those shots on that target. But then I raised up without any rest and I threw them on there, and I did it pretty quickly because more or less I'm pretty frustrated with it. But then I got 3 hits on target. Not good hits, but I got hits on target. So from, I guess this title or the video title was going to be Smith & Wesson 629 at 25 yards groups or whatever. Now the title's probably going to be I suck with revolvers, help me out, or something like that. I don't know, because I don't know what I'm doing wrong. As most of you guys know, if you follow the channel, I'm fairly new to revolvers. I had a 686 4-inch like I have now, but I had it years ago, and that's about the only experience that I have with revolvers. I had that for a short time, shot it like a fool, got rid of it. And you know, here recently, within the last month and a half, I've gotten back into the revolvers. And you know, with semi-autos, I can shoot them pretty well. I can do pretty good groups with them. You know, I'm not bragging or anything, but I can shoot decent with them. I've got a lot of rounds down range with semi-auto pistols, and you know, I don't do too bad with them. But these revolvers are getting the best of me. Now, with these sights, even this one and on my 686, I've got this sight all the way pushed all the way to the right to get hits. If not, if I try to center it up and shoot, I'm way to the left. No matter if I'm standing, kneeling, on this bag, whatever, both guns, I shoot way to the left with it. So I got these pushed. I mean, these sights are flush with the right side of this rear sight leaf, and I can start to get hits on target. Now, you know, I've looked these things over, and I know that Smith & Wesson, on some of their revolvers, people have been complaining about canted sights. A lot of people have said the newer guns, you know, they got everything worked out. And I've looked this thing over, and I mean, it doesn't look like the barrel's twisted or out of time or whatever you want to call it. Man, these things look straight. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So you revolver guys out there, definitely chime in and tell a newbie like myself to revolvers what I'm doing wrong. I've got this thing rested, you know, so I'm taking the jerking low left thing out of it, I think. You guys have seen the footage of some of this, and maybe I'll roll some of the footage from earlier into this so you guys can at least see it, maybe diagnose my stupidity and see what I'm doing wrong, because I am not doing very good with these revolvers as far as accuracy and groups go. Now, I didn't record any of this. I finally stood up. I got some steel targets down there, and they're 8-inch rounds, and I finally just said, hell with it. I stood up, the cameras weren't on, and I started shooting at those 8-inch steel targets, and I was getting hits on them. And you know, they were kind of here, and here, but they were hitting pretty consistently. But then I get down here, get rested, and try to shoot at that target, and it just does not happen. So I don't know if it's a gun issue. I've shot 2 different ammos. I've shot some Winchester 240 grain, just Winchester white box target load stuff, and then I've also got some of this Hornady 225 grain stuff. So I've got a mixture of different things. I got, you know, high quality ammo and some cheaper ammo, and I get the same results with both of them. I actually already shot a whole box of this Hornady. I started the first video off with this stuff thinking I would get the best groups out of it because, you know, Hornady makes good stuff, so I figured it would be my best chance to put down some good results. Shot that whole box. It was terrible results. Switched over to this Winchester stuff. I've shot all 50 of those with terrible results, and now I'm, I don't know, about halfway through the second box of these Hornadys with still pretty terrible groups. I mean, I got those last 3 hits on target, but I don't know what's going on. So anyhow, guys, I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and shoot these last 9 rounds at that top target. I'll turn this camera back on. We'll see what kind of hits we get. And maybe you guys can, like I said, help diagnose this, because it is very frustrating. Yeah, very frustrating. Let's go ahead and shoot these things. Okay, let me kick the GoPro back on so you guys can see all of my terrible shooting with this thing. Let's just go ahead and load up 3 rounds. That way I can take a break between disappointments. So here we go. I'm gonna rest these and we're gonna shoot at that top target again and see what we got here. So here we go. I don't think that hit any. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take these out. I'm gonna do it one by one. And see. Because that way I can concentrate, regroup, rethink, maybe, I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go unrested and see if we get any hits. See, right there. There's what I'm talking about. I got a hit on that one unrested. So can you guys explain that to me? A stable, rested shooting position, I can't get hits. I'm just gonna load the rest of these up, hell with it. But then I go offhand and I start getting hits. Here we go. I'm just gonna stay off the rest and see how many hits we get on there. Okay, so I do still think I'm hitting to the left, but I was actually getting hits. So that kind of just shows you guys what I'm talking about. I can get hits when I'm wobbling around and trying to hold the gun, but I can't get hits when I'm rested. But anyhow, guys, like I said, if you have any suggestions, if you have any tips, definitely send them my way. Leave them down below in the comment section. I'm out of 44 Magnum ammo, so we're done shooting this thing for the day. I guess I'll just have to keep shooting and see what happens. But if you have any questions or comments, and most importantly, tips or tricks for this thing, leave those down below. But anyhow, guys, like I was saying, this is very, very disappointing. I suck with these revolvers so far. Hopefully things get better. Hopefully you guys might have some tips for me. But anyhow, I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody subscribing, and we'll catch you in the next one.